Right, well these are the front seats out of my Triumph Stag. They have been reupholstered, all new foam put in, so now they're nice and firm and nice and plump on the seat. That's presented a little bit of an issue for me. I'm 6'2", and the Stag doesn't appear to have been built for someone of my height. And with the new foam in the seats, it sits me even higher in the car, something I'm not really that happy about. So with the adjustment up and down, if I adjust the seat right to its maximum lowest point, this part of the seat bottoms out on the seat here, and that's as far as I can go down. Ideally I'd like to be a bit lower, so what I've decided is to remove all of this. I'll just show you over here where I've got the seat mechanism off. So what I'm going to do is actually remove all of this, cut off the welds here, and make up a bracket that runs over to here and welds on here, and lowers the connection point by about 20 millimeters. So going back to the seat, all of this mechanism will come off, and the bracket will go from the bolt here and weld down onto the seat frame or seat slide. Yeah, so at the moment, when the seat is adjusted as far down as it can go, the distance between the bolt here and this point here is 50 millimeters. I'm coming down to 30 millimeters. So when I have the brackets back, we'll fit them up and we'll show you whether that's going to work or not. So yesterday I received the brackets for the seats and put the brackets on the driver's side and put it in the car. That seems to work fine, so now I'm going to attack the passenger side. So I've removed the frame off the seat, and now I'm going to grind off the welds that attach the adjustment mechanism to the seat runners here and here, and here's the new bracket that I've made up. As you can see, the connection points are offset, so the driver's side was just a complete reverse of this, just around the other way. So I'll grind these off, and then we'll get that welded on. Okay, so I've now cut the welds off the brackets holding the adjustment onto the seat slides, and I will get the new bracket welded on here. I'll set it up, because there's not a lot of adjustment, it's got to be set up correctly. I'll put it back on the seat, and I've got a template that I've made up of how it bolts onto the car. So I'll bolt that all up, and before it gets welded in the correct spot. I'll show you that shortly. So I fitted the new bracket to the rear of the seat, and I've also fitted a template that I've made up to make sure that the seat runners are square and parallel and are going to fit in the car. So now all I need to do is to secure the new bracket in the correct position onto the runners, so that I can get them welded. Once they're welded, I can remove the template and all going well should fit in the car without a problem. So here's the view from the rear of the seat. All I've got to do is make sure that this bracket is sitting onto the runners in the correct location. I'll use some vice grips to clamp those down and then remove the seat slide from the seat so that the guys can weld those brackets onto the seat runners. Then it should be all good. So as you can see, the seat is sitting quite a bit lower at the rear than what it was when we had the seat adjustment on it. I've come down 20 millimeters. That you could probably come down a little bit more, but you have to watch being able to get the bolts in there's enough room there now just with dropping at 20 mils. I think that's probably a reasonable amount, and about as much as I think I can get. You could possibly creep another 5 mil, but it could be compromising things a bit. So here's the finished product. The alteration to the slide on the seat has been welded up. I've painted it with some zinc coated paint, so it's all ready to go back in the car. I haven't bothered to paint the whole thing. Just time constraints mean that I really need to get this thing back in the car, so maybe another day I'll repaint the whole thing.